Have you ever driven deep into the wilderness? Like really deep into the wilderness? Like, I'm not talking about driving over to that gas station up on that rural county road. I'm talking about a place where the only thing that's out there is trees and mud and rocks, and nobody's gonna hear you if you yell for help. I mean, this place might be like 30 minutes away from the nearest house. Nobody's gonna come looking out here for you. This might as well be the edge of the world. Welcome to Journey Beyond Overland, the place where adventures begin. My name is Chris, and along with my husband Bill and our dogs Rue and Rourke, we love traveling all over this beautiful country, especially into the depths of the wilderness, even if it is just the depths of the wilderness of Kentucky.
I don't remember the bugs being this crazy when we were here 2 weeks ago.
Good morning. I am Chris with Journey Beyond Overland. This is my husband Bill driving our 2013 JKU this morning. We are in Kentucky again, and we are headed out to do a couple of trails here. We started doing a whole bunch of the 2025 expansion of the Boone Backcountry Byway a couple of weeks ago. We didn't finish it though, so today we are headed up to one of the sections that we did not get to finish, which is called Bowman Road. So this morning we camped down by S Tree, not in S Tree. There's some dispersed camping down in that general area. We left S Tree. We are now headed up this way. We're not sure what to expect. We've been told by a friend that there's a local who may be putting booby traps in the mud holes. So we're going to keep an eye out. We don't know for sure whether there's more cement with spikes in it, because it doesn't seem like that's accidental. Back to what we were working on. Look at this guy. Right in the middle of the road. Do you know you're in the middle of the road? So we just aired down. We're back on the Boone Backcountry Byway, and Bill forgot that he needs to take the sway bar out on the JK. It's been a while since you were able to just press a button in the JK and have it come out on its own. It now has manual release and connect. It's usually pretty quick, no problem, but he forgot to do that while we were airing down because he was filming. But since we haven't gotten very far from where we aired down, I wanted to show you this. Why did I want to show you that? Because that's really, really weird that we're out in the woods in the middle of nowhere. There's a fire hydrant here. If you're not familiar with the Boone Backcountry Byway, it's a series of trails and roads, probably over 500 miles of them, in the backwoods and wilds of Kentucky. Some of the tracks and trails of the Boone Backcountry Byway are easy Forest Service roads. Some are challenging, obstacle-laden tracks that are carved straight through the mountains and woods of the Kentucky wilderness. The official map for the Boone Backcountry Byway and all of its nooks and crannies can be found on Cartotracks, where you can purchase it for use through the Avenza Maps app. I'll tell you right now, we don't really love the Avenza Maps app, or at least the Cartotracks map version, because although it includes a lot of the side roads, not every single one of them is marked, which means occasionally you end up taking a wrong turn and having to backtrack. The official map will sometimes mark that a trail is more moderate or challenging than others, but it doesn't always give you that clue in advance. Every track and trail on the official map of the Boone Backcountry Byway is marked with the same thin black line, which means that unless you watch a bunch of YouTube videos in advance, you may have no idea whether that marked road is an easy stretch of asphalt or one of the more challenging routes in Kentucky. So we haven't made it to Bowman Road yet because we found a little loop that we wanted to make sure we included long before we got there. And this is not what I expected. I just kind of expected these were going to be more like township gravel roads, and this one's a lot of fun. It's a very, very short little road, but there's a nice little loop on the way over up near the Lee County Line Road. worth driving, even though it's probably not going to take us more than half an hour to do it.
Get it reverse, I can back all the way.
You could back it all the way out. It wouldn't be fun, but it would make for a long day and an interesting video. Oh, that was a branch, not just a
old, light bulb.
Yes, it was.
That'll be a view again.
Looks like it might be.
I always like it when I see car parts.
Well, shoot. I think this is where we're supposed to be. No, this is not where we're supposed to be. How did that happen?
You're going to get us so down low.
I'm so confused because it should have been where we were supposed to be.
I'm going to say there's a view, and then I'll turn around if you need me to.
But I don't remember seeing a...
Well, there's an actual gravel road.
Yeah,
to the
it was
right.
the other road. We had to go the other way.
Let's see if there's a view, and I'll just get back out of here.
This is what happens when you take your wife's advice on directions when the mapping software isn't working as well as it could be. Is there a turnaround here?
It's not a big field. So maybe
Yeah, I'd say let's turn around here.
Check the water road there. That's probably
Yeah, probably.
After leaving behind that fun little loop, we had about 10 miles of easy gravel and dirt roads between us and Betty Bowman Road. And while we were driving through the countryside, we noticed a sign at a barn that said 1670. And it got us debating, is that the year or the address?
1670. Is that the address?
Yeah, it does say 1670 on it. I'm pretty sure that can't be anything other than the address. Since...
Yeah, there's 1620. Christopher didn't come until 1742, wasn't it?
Try 1642.
1642?
Yeah, 1642. No, 1492? Columbus sailed the ocean blue. I think it's 1492. 1600s was Jamestown.
They were still trying to figure out how to build boats in the 1400s.
1607 was when, 1607, 1620, somewhere in there, it was Jamestown established. So the answer to that is it was 1492. Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
That seems like a long dang time ago. It took us that long to get across the country, though.
Oh, goodness gracious, yes.
I thought we were more manhood than that.
Heck, the gold rush wasn't until like the 1800s.
And before you know it, we were turning right onto Betty Bowman Road. And I have to admit that right here, it looked pretty unremarkable. But when I think about it, even the most challenging of roads usually start fairly innocuous. After you put a short span of gravel behind you, however, Betty Bowman will start to show just a little bit of her true colors. In 1781, the Reverend James H. Moore Jr.'s wife, Ellender, gave birth to a baby girl in Augusta, Georgia. They named her Elizabeth. Around 19 years later, on May 2nd of 1800, Elizabeth married Cornelius Bowman Jr. in Madison, Kentucky. The couple eventually settled along the South Fork of the Kentucky River, along with many extended family members of Cornelius Bowman. They eventually had 10 children, including a daughter that absconded to Texas with her husband after he was caught counterfeiting money. When Cornelius passed away in 1836, his wife Elizabeth received property along the South Fork of the Kentucky River, property that included dwelling houses and an orchard. She also purchased household goods, farming implements, and some animals from the estate of her husband, including 17 hogs that she bought for $30.25. Elizabeth passed away in 1850, and she left an indelible mark here, because wouldn't you know it, nobody called her Elizabeth. Everybody called her Betty. And today, both this road and the creek that weaves its way back and forth across it are both named for Betty Bowman.
This is exactly what the baby dog was doing the entire time he drove through that mud and muck and bean ash. Trying to stay out of the ruts. They're pretty deep and they're very slick today.
Marshy looking spot.
It's a very marshy looking spot. Just hope you don't fall into a deeper marsh off the other side.
I just know what's in them weeds, which makes me nervous.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You can't see what's in them. Oh, there's a pond.
Jeez, about to go barreling through the weeds, thinking that I'll just go curious. Drive right into the pond.
Straight into the pond. Are you having fun, my dear? Yeah, unfortunately this looks like we may have some work ahead of us. I don't know if we're getting through this. So this is a little tree that's across the road up here. There's a creek on the one side and there's a steep incline on the other. You can't really go around it at this point in time. I see a couple of branches that maybe could get...
So I was wondering if I can just drop branches out of the way.
It looks like a pain in the butt. Looks like it just came down. I think what we're going to do is we're going to stop and eat lunch. Nobody else can go through here anyway, so I'm not so worried about stopping on the road. Not sure where the nearest turnaround point is either, so if Bill can't find a way to trim some of this stuff out of the way, we may have to back up. He may have to back up and turn back and go back in the way we came in. So we'll see what happens. So Bill, what do you think the chances are of being able to drive through here?
Oh, 90-10.
90-10? In favor?
Yep.
All
Hopefully
right.
the little saw will get her done. We'll find out.
Okay.
If you're new to using chainsaws, this is not the kind of project you should engage in. Bill has a lot of years of experience running that chainsaw, from cutting wood at home for our wood burner to working on the road crews for our local county. This downed tree was being particularly stubborn.
Never in all my days.
Bill can typically drop a tree exactly where he wants it and predict where it's going.
There it goes.
This one just took a little more time than expected.
There it went.
Almost 40 minutes and a handful of vulgarities later, this area was clear enough to drive through. We were just down to almost no gas left in the chainsaw. Hopefully we wouldn't need it again today. With the clearing of that massive tree behind us, we were feeling pretty good as we headed further eastward on Betty Bowman.
worries me is getting leaned into these.
That's what I was looking at too. Just trying to
I
figure
want
out.
to try to come up on the driver's side as far as I can and then turn down and then turn back this way.
Okay.
Hopefully it works out.
I hope it does too. You tired of all that mud on your legs from sawing?
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
At the beginning of this video, I indicated kind of tongue-in-cheek that Betty Bowman Road is out so far in the wilderness of Kentucky that nobody's going to hear you if you yell for help. That you may be at least a 30-minute walk from the nearest house, or further, quite frankly. And although I know that this is not as remote as many of the destinations we've driven to out west, this is still one of those pockets in Kentucky where you're likely to have no cell signal, and you probably ought to be prepared in case of an emergency, because really, it's unlikely anybody would come looking out here for you. So just make sure you're prepared for anything that comes.
Sometimes you just have to try a different angle. Whew, that was a lot softer than I thought it was going to be. Have you tried to hit it head on? Didn't work. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to walk up this because it's pretty much straight up. I think I'm going to walk up over here. And sometimes you need that different angle to make it stop something that's almost straight up and down so you don't flop yourself over into the creek. That worked well here. I don't know what else we're getting into. I think we're getting closer to the end, but we're not there yet.
That's the one thing, or one of the many things I like about the DBB, is you get down on some of these trails and you think, oh my gosh, can a Jeep even get through here? Well, you already know that they took Jeeps through here before they designated it as a DBB. So it gives me some confidence as I'm driving along, because we go on a random trail that's not been done, not been curated, as they say. And I get a little nervous. It's like, man, we might get something. Can't even get a Jeep through. Because I always just say Jeeps, but I mean, those types of vehicles. I like all vehicles. This is just my favorite choice personally, but drive what you like.
Yeah. Yeah, we drive with a lot of other folks.
Yep.
We have in the past. Hopefully we will drive in the future again with other folks.
And I've seen other vehicles impress me, so it's not about that.
No, it's not. What does the map look like? So what does the
I
map?
can't tell.
Zoom in on it.
I
Look
guess
at
it
it.
looks like that way because I can see a blue thing that looks like a creek on that.
Okay.
After we turned left up this hill instead of staying in the creek, it looked like we were staying on that black line. The problem is sometimes when you're driving in treed areas like this, that GPS signal doesn't quite exactly put you where you are, which means we discovered we were going the wrong way and had to turn back around and go back down to the creek, because that's exactly where the trail in this area goes. And I'll tell you right now that that creek bed, it looked a little bit intimidating.
Very cool. Even if this is the only trail we did today, it was worth the time to do it.
I'm starting to think that there was a property owner who didn't want us back here because there's a tree across here.
Holy. I only got, this much gas left in myself.
That's what I was thinking. Is I don't know whether you're gonna be able to cut it.
If I can get it cut through once on the uphill side, I can use a
Maybe
winch to pull it over.
That would make sense. I hope you have enough to do that. Because
That's the question. Do I have enough?
Are we on the track?
Yeah, well, I guess so. Looks like it.
Because that's the important question: is make sure we're on the track.
Oh my goodness, what a long day.
It is a long day.
But of course the chainsaw gas didn't last very long.
Out of gas.
But Bill thought maybe it was just enough.
Where is he?
He's in the water.
I need him in my hand. Can you fish him under there? I haven't seen anything where this winch won't pull yet, but I've never tried anything like this.
No, this is pretty massive.
Could also try a double line pull, which gives it more power.
If we need to.
Try this first, I suppose.
Please let it work. Yay! Here it goes. Yeah, it's pulling towards you. I heard a creak, but definitely heavier than Jeep. Here's hoping it doesn't break and come flying back at you. No, it didn't feel like it. I hope I didn't screw you up by having you pull the wrong side. You know?
Might need to snatch rock up to there just to pull it that way, but
Okay.
that's going to go against that.
Okay.
And so we repositioned to try another angle on that winch.
You just pull it straight? You don't have to use snatch block on it?
try to.
It looks like you may be able to do it from there.
I think it'll swing it around. So you gotta get fall in. Just gotta get it to where it's light. I got it on the side of this old limb right here, so maybe it'll keep it from sliding.
That's the hope.
I bet you most winches get put on a vehicle and almost never get used so far, like our Gladiator. But
Yeah.
people don't actually go out and do the stuff, how you never use it.
No, you don't. It's not going to slide past that bank, is it? Because I see what's happening. Yeah, that's the problem. Maybe after it's under, we can slide it.
Make sure you got it flat, not twisted. Is it flat?
It's flat on this side, yeah.
Hold it up there as much as you can. Just like that.
Might be right there.
About as good as we'll get anyways.
Yeah, that is about as good as we'll get.
And so we repositioned again, hoping that maybe this would be our last pull. While Bill was pulling, I kept thinking, if we can't get this tree to move, we've got to turn around and go all the way back the way we came. Someday, I imagine, we'll be in exactly that position, but not today. Today, that stout little Badlands winch, it created a road where a tree once lay.
You're going to have to do the same thing again to get that out from underneath there.
There's room now.
Yes, there's room.
We ain't out yet, but we usually wait till we're out. But this is a
Yes,
good one.
but this is exciting that we got this accomplished. I think you'd have to pull it out with the winch again. It's out.
This is sopping wet, so I suppose I shouldn't put it back in the bag right now.
So we're out of what?
We're out of chainsaw gas, and now we gotta go home.
We got 2 more days, darn
I've
it.
never used a whole gas, never full tank of gas on a saw just to get through one trail.
No,
It wasn't a long trail neither.
that was not. You're good. Well, I've walked twice through this deep water. It's only up to my knees, it's not terribly deep. But of course, the third time I'm walking through when we're going to film, because he's behind me now because we got past the tree. Of course I feel it, but it feels really good because it's hot out. So I'll take it.
Shadow in the dark left me with a burning heart. Summer comes and goes, they say, but with you, darling, it only stays. As sure as a new sunrise, forever in your life.
I wonder if 4th of July maybe isn't all that busy because everybody's doing family stuff.
Yeah. This is typically not family
Yeah,
stuff.
you see a bunch of dudes going up, and occasionally you find a good woman like mine, you go with her husband, that's
Oh
about
my
it.
goodness.
Even river walks. The sun is low, but it's not lost. We got time to waste tonight. Let's find a place for only you and I. It's sure as a new sunrise, and as white as the moon is at night. It's sure as a new sunrise, forever in your life.
H is happening now. It's like we're driving in this dude's yard.
That's what it feels like.
I'm sure he loves people
I
driving to his
see.
yard.
Well, and I think that's part of the problem. Some of this just feels like we're right in somebody's yard. It comes up out there somewhere.
Oh, it's on the road in the distance.
It's right up there. Yeah.
Take it right up the tunnel.
No, I'd say we're not going through the tunnel.
And with the adventure of Betty Bowman behind us, it was time to drive back to camp and enjoy tonight's dinner.
Stir fry.
Dinner.
Y'all want some too?
Baby dog patiently waiting for dinner at the moment. I'm sure we will be hearing him go roark, roark, roark in a minute.
After we'd finished eating dinner and cleaned up all those dinner dishes, there was something else that Bill really wanted to accomplish this evening. And that was making sure that we had the appropriate 2-stroke gasoline for the saw.
Hi there, you cooking something?
Yeah, I'm just getting this all ready in case we run into situations like we did today.
We typically carry 2.5 gallons of unleaded gasoline just in case.
Yeah, because here's your 1 mark, so it might be a little high still.
So first we had to get rid of about 1.5 gallons of that gas, so we could then add the 2-stroke oil to it.
Just seems like a bad thing to do to gasoline.
There we go. I just have to use the wrong dang tool, Yanni. Of course, I can't see well enough to fill it without overflowing it. There we go.
Look at that.
Takes care of that problem then.
Now we just need to not forget that that's 2-stroke gas.
And with that done, we settled in for a nice, quiet night. Or so we thought. Our come-lately neighbors, they had other plans until about 1:30 in the morning. But I guess that's what happens sometimes when you camp in public places. Eventually, the peace and quiet of the evening embraced us, and we could finally fall asleep and dream of where we were headed next. If you've followed our channel for any length of time, you'll know that this is not our first drive down Wild Dog Creek. But I'll tell you, it looks a little bit different than the last time we were here. And this time, we're going to go onward to the Kentucky Adventure Tours, part number 2. So if you're interested in tight, twisty trails, steep inclines, and mud, shallow mud, deep mud, slick mud, lots of mud, then you should come along. We'll also make time for a short but beautiful hike down to a waterfall.
Make it, buddy.
If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things help us get this out to more adventurers. But in the meantime, until we see you again, make sure to go out and find your own adventure.
You gotta duck your head a little in here, don't you?
Could be a dwarf guy.
You're a dwarf guy? You do have the beard for it.